Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we have our good friend Ryen Russillo back on the pod. Been a while, almost an hour with Ryan talking NBA draft. Then we veer into some weird shit with Billy and him talking about lifting. We got it all. We're going to do some hot seat, cool throne. We have guys on chicks. The Bears are fucking terrible. We will talk about all of it. And we're brought to you by our friends at the Cash App. Pardon My Take is always brought to you by the Cash App. Not only is it the easiest place to send money to your friends, it's the safest. Go download it right now. Use the code Barstool. You get $10 for free. $10 to the ASPCA. The Cash App is the best. They're also sponsoring. So on Friday, there's a Twitch stream. Hank and PFT, maybe me. We're going to play Among Us with some Among Us celebrities. So some of the top 10 best Among Us players in the world, including Trainwreck. That is this Friday, twitch.tv/Cash App. Twitch.tv/Cash App. Doing it for a good cause and raising money for the ASPCA. Any donations can be sent to our cash tag. That's the cash symbol, Pardon My Take. And the best part is the Cash App is going to be giving away money in the chat to the AWLs. So go get your cash tags ready and tune in to twitch.tv/Cash App, twitch.tv/Cash App. And, of course, when you download the Cash App, enter the referral code Barstool. You get $10 for free, $10 to the ASPCA. So go download it right now. Use code Barstool, like I said. And it's in the App Store, Google Play Store. And get ready for some free money on Friday, twitch.tv/Cash App. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by the Cash App. Go download it right now. Use code Barstool. You get $10 for free, $10 to the ASPCA. Today is Wednesday, November 18th, and the Chicago Bears fucking suck.
That was one of the most boring games that I've ever seen. I want the Bears to be bad, but fun bad. Or good. I would root for the Bears if they were good. I would get behind you up to a certain point where it would break your heart most deeply, but they're not fun bad. They had 149 yards of offense. Is that correct?
PFT, they're leading.
That's impossible to do.
Their longest run in the last two games has been by a fucking linebacker in a punt return. They've scored 7 points offensively this year in the third quarter. Doesn't count the third quarter because it was a kick return. They are so fucking bad. It's painful. It is painful to watch. And the play calling, I actually think now Matt Nagy, that was a very nice, subtle way for him. When he pushes the play calling to Bill Lazor, he's essentially saying, hey, everyone, it's not the play calling. It's the fact that Ryan Pace has shit for brains, and he has completely ruined this roster because offensive line was a problem going in. It sucks. You knew that, the quarterback situation was not good. You went and got Nick Foles, who, look, Philly loves Nick Foles. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. I don't know what his injury was, shoulder, rib, whatever. We'll get to that later. He's not good. He's not good at playing football. He's not good at being a quarterback. It's just objectively, he's just not.
He's just found himself in a couple good situations.
Right. He's reached incredible heights, and he's had incredible moments, but game to game, he is not a consistent starter in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, it is basically a really easy way for Matt Nagy to be this is not my issue. It doesn't matter who's calling the plays. It could be Andy Reid himself calling the plays. It could be any offense coordinator in the league, but when you have Nick Foles and then when you have the offensive line injuries that we have, and just to be fair, they are a banged-up football team.
But everyone
still,
is. Everyone is.
It's not great, and it's so fucking boring to watch. It's just
It's so boring.
Even the most exciting part of any Bears game should be Cordarrelle Patterson getting the ball, because it's cool to see a big-ass wide receiver playing running back every now and again. Even that's boring because I've seen it so much, and it's usually not effective. And they even said that, like, I think Steve Levy said last night, like, he's gotten so fat that he's basically also a fullback.
Yeah, and the Bears are so bad offensively that they were down 6 points, and they returned a punt to, like, the 45-yard line of the Vikings, and there was a 0% chance they were going to score. And everyone knew it. And then on, like, third down, it's insane that you can have a team. Mike Zimmer is a great coach. Mike Zimmer was blitzing every third down, and no one realized it. It was clockwork. Every third down, bring the pressure. Nick Foles runs for his life. Nothing happens. Oh, let's throw in a like they ran that one fucking pass that was like 2nd and 6, and they ran a pass like 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They're just so bad and incompetent and terrible, and I hate Ryan Pace, and I hate to do this because Mitch Trubisky's a very nice guy, and it's not his fault, but this is what happens. These are the repercussions of missing when you take a swing for the fences on a quarterback in the first round and you miss. You feel it for a decade going forward. Like, the Bears will be chasing that mistake for a very long time.
I just think that it's remarkable that Matt Nagy found somebody that shares his exact brain when it comes to play calling that he could give up play calling to.
Yeah.
Because there was actually no difference last night watching the stuff that Bill Lazor came up with as opposed to what Matt Nagy was doing.
Suck.
So there's no good. You know what you can take solace in, though? The defense. The defense is still somehow playing very hard.
Also, did you see?
Defense looks good.
Did you see what happened when Akeem Hicks got hurt? Most important player.
Changed a little bit.
Most important player. The Vikings were able to run the ball very easily.
Changed a little bit. But still, the defense is good. I think the Bears' defense, it's still...
No, it's very good.
It's a defense that you could definitely win a Super Bowl with if you had an above-average offense.
But we don't.
And everything broke the exact right way. But you don't. And it stinks, and we're going to have to watch the Bears in primetime again next weekend.
Flex it,
and
please.
That's going to stink.
Flex it.
When do they start flexing?
They have to flex that. I can't do this anymore. I can't. That's the worst part about watching the Bears in a standalone game is the amount of tweets of like, how do you do this? And I don't know. It's miserable. It's so fucking terrible to watch, and it's so dysfunctional, and nothing works, and it all sucks, and they suck. And I know people will be like, well, they're frauds. No, if you listen to what I said from day one, I was not apologizing for 5-1 because I was trying to enjoy the ride, but I knew this was a house of cards. I was realistic that this wasn't going to hold up. I thought maybe with a 5-1 start, you can luck into a playoff spot because you've already, you know what I mean? Like, if you start 5-1, you can reasonably finish the season 4-6 and maybe get into the playoffs at 9-7. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, but now guess what?
No chance.
You also won too many games.
Yes.
So now your draft order is going to be all fucked up.
It's all fucked.
You're not going to be able to get somebody good. So I know who's going to be available in the offseason as a free agent. But yeah, you guys are fucked.
Yeah.
You guys are just fucked.
No, they suck.
In 2014,
fire everyone.
They said you can start flexing starting in week 5. However, 12 days notice.
Week 5. All right, so 12
days
notice.
So we're too late for this weekend.
No, it's not this weekend. It's next weekend.
That's right, because they're on a bye week.
Yeah.
That's
Which
nice.
is actually
that's a good break for you.
So it would have had to have been like today.
It's so perfect that they're on a bye week because that will give me just enough time to forget what happened last night.
You know what, though?
And be like, ooh, the Bears can beat the Packers.
They're not going to flex it because it's Bears-Packers.
I know.
They're going to want to see Aaron Rodgers
and
in
they
prime
want to
time.
see us have pain.
They don't want to see you happy, Big Cat.
All right, what else? I mean, Kirk Cousins, let's give him some credit. He won a Monday Night Football game.
Yeah, great job, Kirk.
Great job, Kirk.
You've got Adam Thielen, looked pretty good. Justin Jefferson, Baby Braun. I can't decide which one's Baby Braun.
Baby Braun.
We should do a Baby Braun of the week.
Yes.
Just whoever's good at that point, we'll claim them for LeBron James so he doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, so that game sucked. And then, obviously, we're now taping this on Tuesday, so you're going to listen to this on Wednesday. You watched the game 2 nights ago. And then Theo Epstein resigned. Mm-hmm. So everything's falling apart for me. I knew that I think everyone knew it was going to happen because he's always said, I'm 10 years and I'm out. This was year 9. So it's a year early, but there was some rumors out there that he was thinking about it. Theo Epstein might be the best guy at his job like ever in sports. There's in terms of GMs, there's not many up there. Like, he is exceptional. And he deserves all the praise.
I mean, if you get the Red Sox and the Cubs World Series titles,
and he'll probably go do the fucking Mets.
There are no more kingdoms. If he gets the Mets, then switch over to football, get the Jets.
It's sad to see him resign.
He wants to get into politics. If he could get the Red Sox, the Cubs,
Don't get into politics,
and the Mets.
Theo. Don't ruin it.
And then if you were to make the Democrats take the Senate, those are like the 4 most impossible things to do in the world.
He deserves all the credit, all the credit for what he did in Chicago. And it sucks, but it also, I understand he's a 10-year guy. He said that from day one. So I actually think he'll be the next commissioner.
He should be the next.
I think Manfred's got to be nervous because Theo Epstein's a fucking genius, and everything he does turns into being great. And yeah, the Cubs aren't in a great spot right now, but who the fuck cares? Flags fly forever.
Listen, there's nothing that Epstein could do that would make him a worse commissioner than Rob Manfred has been. So
all he has to do is apologize for his brother's acts.
That's right.
Jeffrey,
Stay out of the island.
Jeffrey, yeah. No, that's actually, he's not related, okay? So
for the record, are we sure?
For the record.
Are we 100% sure?
For the record, not related.
Have you
Theo
checked the
Epstein
flight logs?
Is the GOAT. I love him forever, and
he spends a lot of time. He spends a lot of time scouting teenagers.
Jed Hoyer's now the head of the operations. Also, Theo gave back his salary. Well, I don't know. Is it technically giving back if you quit?
No, that's just quitting. That you're not taking a salary.
Well, but he could have easily.
But when you quit a job, then they don't have to pay you afterwards.
Right.
When you get fired, he could have done something to get himself fired.
He was getting paid. He was going to get paid $10 million next year. Mm-hmm. He could have easily mailed that in.
You think he's going to go to the Mets? Because I don't think.
No. He says he's going to take a year off.
You can't quit and then go to the Mets.
No, he says he's going to take a year off. But I'm saying that, he could have easily just cashed that check.
Yeah.
So he deserves at least a little credit for that.
I guess so.
And the Cubs have had to fire a bunch of people on their staff because of COVID. So, Ricketts isn't rich enough. But, yeah, that sucked. So that's pretty much everything that's going on in the sports world. Everything sucks. Anything else before we get to Hot Seat Cool Throne?
U.S. Soccer's back. They won 6-2.
We did? Against who?
Panama.
That doesn't count.
We'll take it.
Are we
Next up,
are we not
Trinidad,
gonna make the World Cup
and then
this
maybe
year?
even Tobago. Maybe we can beat both those teams again.
You know what? Let's do your tired idea now because then we'll do guys on chicks after Russillo.
Okay, so my tired idea is actually it's a good hot seat. My tired idea is revolving around Twitter. So Twitter came out with Fleets today, which is Instagram stories 4 year after Instagram copied stories from Snapchat stories. So now you can post a story on Instagram, and then you can see who looked at it. But you can't see in order of who you follow looked at it, and then people can reply to your fleets.
Wait, on Twitter or Instagram?
On Twitter, you fleet.
Twitter.
You fleet now,
Yeah. All right.
and then
Where does it go?
It goes at the top.
I haven't seen one.
You haven't gotten updated yet.
Should I not?
It's going to update naturally. It updated naturally for me.
I hate updating.
Yeah, it's the worst. So my tired idea is just an app that copies whatever the last iteration of the most popular social media was, and then it lets people use that. So, for example, everyone's mad about Instagram, right? Because Instagram also changed their layout.
Mm-hmm.
You just come out with a product that's Instagram, but just the last one that they had.
Yeah.
And you just keep updating as they go one further. You go one behind them, and then everyone goes to the old version. It's always the most immediate old version of that app.
I like that.
It's like we don't like change.
Well, we don't like change, and it does feel like everyone's just chasing the heyday of Vine. Just bring back Vine.
Vine, it was the most perfect app that's ever been invented.
Vine was everything that TikTok and Instagram stories and fleets always wanted to be. Mm-hmm. Vine was the perfect app. 6 seconds. Vine was like the greatest, because TikTok, anyone can do anything, because it's like, is it unlimited time on TikTok? It's
unlimited.
Is it?
No.
Okay, well, how much time?
I think a minute.
Okay. A minute's a long time. Having to be funny in 6 seconds or less is very hard to do. So I feel like Vine,
Daniel.
Yeah, Vine was the perfect app where it was like
sex problem. You addicted to sex.
Yeah,
You
it
have a
was
sex
tough.
issue.
That
was a great Vine. There were all like I still remember Vines, like individual Vines.
Yes,
it was amazing. You remember like maybe a year ago, Twitter said,
"So, dude,
okay, guess what? We're gonna give you the ability to send an audio tweet." What the fuck was that about?
Yeah.
Who the fuck uses audio tweets? That's the stupidest shit that I've ever...
You ever have someone send you a text message, audio text message? Those are the worst.
I always just assume it's their butt rubbing against their phone and they did it by accident.
Yes, those are fucking terrible.
With a butt tweet, and everyone says, like, just give us an edit button. For the record, I don't want an edit button.
No.
I live my life by the seat of my pants. I just fire off. I fire and forget. I don't want to have to go back and edit shit. Everyone says, give me an edit button. I'm team not edit button. But literally no one was asking for an audio tweet.
And fleets?
And Fleets is kind of growing on me because it seems like a cool...
What does it stand for?
Fleet. I don't know.
It's a boat.
It's a giant boat.
But it's
No, it's a
group of boats.
What fleet?
It's Blake's.
Film tweets, but it's not
A group of ships sailing together engage in the same activity under the same ownership.
That's what a fleet is.
Yeah,
got it.
I don't know what they're.
It's going to be great though that like we just joked about that, but in 10 years people will be like, fleet is boats. What are you talking about?
So the reason that
it's the Twitter videos.
The reason I know it's not going to work is because it doesn't even work for horniness.
Right.
Like, you can't really creep on people and see who's creeping on you if you're a horny person on it. That's the only way to make any sort of new social media app work is if there's an ability to get real horned up on it. Yeah, Billy?
Really?
Oh,
I wonder if there was a app to find other horny people.
Other fleeters?
In a proximity.
Okay.
Anyway.
Go on.
He's talking about his app.
Oh, you're talking about your app.
That Mark Cuban shut
Okay,
down.
that has nothing to do with fleet, though.
Horniness.
All right. Should we do either way? Fleets. I feel like this is just the way for Twitter. I mean, I think we've said this before, but Twitter does this every so often, just so people can complain about Twitter, which gets Twitter back in the news. Mm-hmm. It's very meta.
It usually happens when Jack spends like a week and a half in isolation on a beach building a campfire for himself and meditating.
Right.
And then he comes back. He's like, I've got a great idea. I unlocked the secret to the universe. We're just going to copy Instagram stories.
Yes, fleets. All right, let's get to Hot Seat Cool Throne. Hot Seat Cool Throne is brought to you by our friends at Bud Light. On the Cool Throne are ugly sweaters, specifically the sweaters we collabed with. Bud Light Seltzer on available now on Barstool Shop. Speaking of ugly sweaters, Bud Light Seltzer has released a limited edition ugly sweater holiday variety pack. Available for a limited time with delicious peppermint patty, apple crisp, ginger snap, and classic cranberry. We actually got a box. It's actually sitting right next to me. I tried the apple crisp. Delicious. I've been on a big apple kick recently. Apple fritters, apple crisp, do it all. So they sent some to us. We love it. We'll be drinking them on Barstool Cyber Monday Telethon presented by Bud Light Seltzer, so tune into that. That's the Monday after Thanksgiving. As always, get your Bud Light and Bud Light Seltzer delivered at budlight.com/delivery, budlight.com/delivery, and go check out the Bud Light Seltzer ugly sweater at the Barstool Shop and the Bud Light Seltzer ugly sweater holiday variety pack, peppermint patty, apple crisp, ginger snap, and classic cranberry. Hank, Hot Seat Cool Throne presented by Bud Light Seltzer.
My hot seat, I have a few. My first one is Kyle Kuzma.
Okay.
Yes.
He, the other day on Twitter, asked the world who wanted a PS5, insinuating he was going to give away a PS5 or two. People got really excited, and then there was a bunch of rumors about him getting traded, and he deleted his Twitter.
Oh.
So did he get hacked?
Delete your account, fam.
No, I think he had like a very subtweet like, "Don't worry about other people's opinions." Like that was his last tweet, and then he deleted his account.
That's too much drama.
This league.
That guy's too much drama.
What happens? Can you bring it back? You can bring it back, right? Yeah.
My other hot seat is
So that's kind of like a show. That's a
You
showy
said,
move.
enough disrespect on my name. Y'all will be reminded. Peace sign emoji. That was his
Great
last
way
tweet.
to leave.
Mm-hmm.
and then Lil Wayne got arrested today for firearms. Might be going to jail for 15 years.
What?
But he endorsed Trump, who can now pardon him for the next. Like,
Oh.
Lil Wayne's got to be like thinking to himself, "I've got 60 days."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are you conceding?
Not officially.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I hope he gets out. Can't have Lil Wayne behind bars for 15 years.
No.
Damn. So did he get like his house raided, or what happened?
Well, I think it was something like that. It was one of those things where he shot himself when he was way younger. Like he picked up a gun, accidentally shot himself. Then he got arrested a few years ago, and the gun wasn't even loaded. And then in today's arrest, because he's a felon, you're not allowed to have guns, but he had guns. But in the arrest report, it's like, we knew he wasn't going to use them, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, he's just a bad gun owner.
Just
like,
license your guns.
Right, but he's a convicted felon, so he can't
have
But
them.
in the report, they're like, yeah, it seems like he was never going to use them. He never has used them, but he can't have them, so you're arrested. So it's like, he's just, a terrible gun owner.
He just loves having guns around.
Right.
Can't stop guns.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
And then my cool throne is people who like my dog's boner. Big Cat, I guess. Triggs, I'm going to send you guys this picture. Triggs.
I
Another
don't
picture of
like
your
your
dog?
dog's boner. I have stopped tweeting about your dog's boner. You have made me look at your dog's boner. You have now brought your dog's boner back into this show.
Well, I mean, after it was brought on in the first place.
By you.
By kind of by me.
But then that's good.
Then Triggs made this movie poster.
So now can we laugh about your dog's boner again or no?
The cartoon version, yeah.
Okay, the cartoon version.
PG-13.
Yeah, so Boner Dogs 2, The Enormous Adventure. We're going to tweet it out. It's on sale. If you want to buy a poster, buy a poster. Probably the holiday gift of the season.
So wait, so now you're making money off of your dog's boner, but I was wrong to tweet it?
I never said you were wrong to tweet.
You're
I
also
just said that Big Cat's addicted.
You're
to
also
you.
just
It was the
giving-
second and
you're
third
giving
time.
Your shame.
It was,
No.
I didn't.
no.
I only tweeted it once.
You're giving your dog the starring role in Boner Dogs.
Boner Dogs 2.
Yeah, it's Boner Dogs 2.
Okay, got
The
it.
Enormous
the sequel.
Revenge.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
And we changed up some of the actors in there. So if you have the first Boner Dogs poster, you got to get the second one up to it.
I just think it's a little suspect. I've been
Efron, McConaughey,
shamed.
Wahlberg, Sandler.
I've been accused of liking Hank's dog's penis too much, and now we're selling merch.
It's one of
Right.
those things where your
This is
hands
where
are
you're-
tied.
Yeah, you're very
Once the poster-
hypocritical
No,
with your
I'm not
stance
hypocritical.
on your own dog's penis.
Absolutely not. I was the one that wanted to see you guys in the first place. Wanted you guys to see in the first place.
Oh, you're admitting that now. Okay, good. Thankfully, at least we got there. After you tried to shame me.
I did not shame you.
I
sent out a tweet. It seemed like you felt shame.
I was loving my life, not knowing how enormous your dog's penis was. And then you showed up and showed me. And my life has never been the same.
These
I think
posters-
about your dog's dick constantly.
I just don't like it because it looks like it hurts. It looks like he's sick.
Oh, he's in pain.
It looks like he's
He's
got
in a
like,
lot
his
of pain.
intestines falling out of his
Correct.
stomach.
He's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, you're right, Billy. It does look like he's got a hernia.
He's got a hernia. He's got a sports hernia.
Is that it, Hank?
Yeah, I said I have another one, but I don't want.
No, go ahead.
No, do it.
Man.
Go ahead.
No.
No,
It's
positive
just-
vibes only.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
selfish and it's
No, Hank,
about
let's
me
hear it.
and this is it's the
Go
podcast
ahead.
about you
Go ahead.
guys.
No, you
go
do
ahead.
it.
No, I don't want. It's fine. I don't want you
It's
guys.
not a
getting mad at
podcast
me.
about us, Hank.
Yeah.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
podcast about friendship.
Go ahead.
All right, Thursday, Big Cat's playing a doubleheader and
Stool
Stool Streams
Streams.
and PFT's playing. I told you I didn't want to do it.
No, you didn't want to.
Big Cat electric match today. PFT lost today. So you guys the entire broadcast. Big Cat's playing twice. PFT's playing third.
Mm-hmm.
Starts at 2:00. Make your picks to play Bar Slap now. $2,000.
Great.
All right, cool.
I didn't want to do that. I really didn't want
Anything
to.
else? Fantasy Factory? Anything big coming?
Fantasy Factory comes out on Thursdays. Make sure you go listen. I'll give one to Jake too. Go listen to the Bench Bob podcast. Also out on Thursdays.
Yeah, listen to Jake's
1 week
podcast
from
or don't
today,
Jake.
college basketball's back.
And Jake's going to cuss on the podcast if he
Yep.
gets enough subscribers. So
Yes.
that's nice.
Wait, 1 week from today? Oh, I
Wednesday.
see, Fleets.
Wednesday.
This is so stupid.
Yeah, you got him now.
Oh,
the trash, right?
no.
Did you see the one I posted?
What the hell?
We're actually really gonna like Fleets. I'm guaranteeing. Like, give me a month. I'll be addicted to Fleets. I'll be a Fleetaholic.
No.
I just don't think I'm pretty sure, and I'm not like a huge nerd with this stuff, but I'm pretty sure Instagram, when you put up stories, it like converts. Like if you put up a story, be like, go buy this shirt. A lot of people will do that on Instagram stories.
Right.
But on Twitter, when you tweet stuff and you're like, hey, go like buy this merch, whatever, the whatever, people don't really do it. The conversion rate is very low.
Can
So I
you
don't
go-
know if that's the same with Fleets, like there's no point.
Can you swipe up on a Fleet?
I don't know. That is what I'll be interested in. It's one of those things where it's like, Fleets pop off. People
Yeah,
do
you
stuff
can't
based
even
off
respond
Fleet.
to them.
I'm
then
off.
maybe,
I'm
but-
off on Fleets. Out. I'm out. All right, PFT, what's your hot seat cool throne?
My hot seat is Masters ratings, and then by extension, my cool throne is NFL ratings. So this
It was
weekend,
unlucky though. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the slate debate.
Yeah, but,
Well,
but
no,
Hank,
it's,
Hank,
you know,
we have to make jumping rash conclusions about everything
Go
after
woke,
these ratings come back.
get
So-
broke.
right? So
the Masters.
Yeah.
yeah, who got woke in golf recently?
Didn't they just let Condoleezza Rice be a member?
Yeah, 5 years ago at Augusta.
How does I don't want to say their name because they love whenever they're mentioned, but how do the ratings police spin this one when it's been every sport across the board has been down in ratings because they're all being played at weird times, but then they only pick one league that's got woke and went broke.
Well, also politics. The election coverage ratings were way down, which is people are sick of all the politics in their
Right.
politics.
How do you spin that?
It's like, there's really no way to spin it. But actually, I do admire the way that Fox managed to spin their numbers because Fox, they lucked into this one because they had huge ratings on NFL football. Of
course.
But they said a 71% increase over the last season. They had 18 million viewers, most watched NFL regional window on Fox since 2009. Just completely leaving out the fact that they got all
the
of the
games?
games from CBS that were also on various Fox regional networks.
Listen, the ratings war is all about spinning it. I mean, we've been in it. You just pretend that you puff out your chest. You pretend you're a fucking peacock.
Yeah.
Remember when we had our one TV show? And we had to be like, well, what does this mean? Well, you had the streaming numbers and all that. Well,
Yeah, everyone
it was
that
on at 2
usually
o'clock.
70% of people that usually watch Jimmy Fallon watched us tonight.
Right.
That was like the big thing that we got to claim.
Ratings
On a Tuesday
people suck.
They are the worst, and
Also, here's a
especially in
little-
the first 24 hours after the ratings come out. That's when you know everyone's wrong.
Not to break the fourth wall, but if someone is talking about how big their show is, like constantly, probably not.
Yes.
If they constantly can't stop talking about the growth of their show, probably not as big as they say.
Because you can't play the percentage game forever.
Correct.
You can't.
Correct. Eventually, you are what you are. What
Also,
were you
it's
gonna
not
say,
necessarily
Billy?
the size of the show.
Billy's laughing. No, you say
What were you
it.
gonna say, Billy? Go
No,
off.
I was nothing.
You want to say something about golf?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything about golf.
Just do it.
Just say it. Say it. About wokeness.
I think watching golf is kind of like watching C-SPAN.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
Just to be honest.
controversial.
You know what I think? Ever since they stopped letting people call in and report their own rules violations, I feel like it's less of a sport for me to watch at home.
Golf coverage.
It
They'll
wasn't close.
never figure it out though. Like there were times I watched pretty much every second of the Masters, and there were times when you just couldn't. Okay, I want to watch Brooks live. No, we're gonna go to this fucking loser.
There are too many rules about who you're allowed to watch and at what times.
It's just how does golf not have an option? Just give me everything.
It's very simple. Just put one drone that follows every single group. So even if they're not on the main TV cameras, you can at least watch them via drone.
Right. All right, your cool throne.
That was my hot seat and my cool
Oh,
throne.
nice.
So my hot seat was the Masters ratings. My cool throne was the Fox NFL doubleheader ratings.
All right, my hot seat is Sean Payton for medical malpractice because after the game on Sunday, after he heard me say that Drew Brees actually had a shoulder injury, he went and punctured Drew Brees' lung,
Broke two more of his
broke two
ribs.
more ribs, so that then everyone could dunk on me. No, but seriously, I got that very, very wrong. He still has a shoulder injury, but he did not. He has a real rib injury. I'm here, ready to admit that I was wrong. I fucked up. I took Emeka Okafor. It was very. It sucked because if you look at Adam Schefter's tweet of being like Drew Brees punctured a lung and had two rib injuries, and you just scroll it. I think I was tagged 7,000 times.
You were very adamant about the
I
fact.
still
You got
am
too-
adamant.
You got too woke for a second.
I am adamant.
That's fine. We all jump to conclusions sometimes.
Took my shot,
You
missed.
You
but
took a shot. If you had
also
been
his shoulders hurt.
if you had been right, then you would have looked really, really smart.
His shoulders still hurt, but his
but
ribs are very hurt.
He's got four broken ribs, 5 broken ribs.
I was very wrong.
One punctured lung.
The punctured lung, Drew. That was running up the score on me.
He looked like he
okay?
was going to puke when
That
he was
a
walking
little
off
too
the
much.
field.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, he didn't need to come out with that.
He didn't need to puncture his lung to really dunk on me. Like, I would have been fine with just the 5 ribs confirmed broken. I would have been an idiot. But the punctured lung made me both an idiot and an insensitive idiot.
So a punctured lung, it seems like there's been a lot of that going around recently. Is that one of those things where whenever you break a rib too badly and it indents your lung a little bit, or does your lung actually deflate? Billy, you probably
It's
know.
punctured.
Yeah, it's
like a
punctured.
balloon.
So does
Punctured.
it deflate?
Yeah. Well, you have a hole.
How do you
How do you seal the
Puncture it.
hole?
They actually, I think I don't know the exact procedure, but they have to like close the hole or it
duct
heals.
tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flex seal.
That's what I was thinking.
Huh? Slap it on there.
Billy Mays. Not Billy Mays, but Junkyard Billy Mays.
You might get
R.I.P.
Tyrod Taylor next year after he comes back from his punctured lung.
that would be
He
great.
would actually be a perfect Bears quarterback.
Yeah. He would. He would actually maybe score some points. I don't even want to think about the Bears anymore. It's just so fucking bad. All right, my cool throne. I actually don't have a cool throne. Billy.
My hot
I have
seat.
one for you.
Oh, go.
The stupid fucking people. I'm talking a lot about Twitter, so maybe not. But the stupid they hand make the Trump. This has been contested or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Everyone. That's on the
Yeah,
Twitter.
very
Everyone's
hot in
doing
the
that.
streets
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
really
like this,
annoying.
This is false information.
I have not seen a single one of those memes that has been funny.
Right.
I haven't
I-
even
I-
cheesed once.
I saw one under the can't lose parlay.
Oh.
That was funny.
Mr.
Up
Parlays?
30. Oh, hey, wait. Cool throwing my spreadsheet. These guys didn't
Billy,
actually read the
this-
spreadsheet.
no, you gotta think about-
No, I will defend this because I have the writing. I have the writing.
What did you say on the
reverse
podcast?
parlay?
Those picks 0-5, correct?
Yeah. But
So if you
guess
listen
what?
to
The
this
whole
podcast-
point
There
of
you
the
go.
spreadsheet was that you bet the other side too. So if it goes 0-5, you hit that 5-0 parlay on the other side.
But Billy, there's
and thus you go positive. So we're up $32.
Billy, how many people follow you on Twitter?
A good amount.
How many?
I'm kind of embarrassed about it.
No, just say it. It's not embarrassing.
84K.
Thank you, Jake. Like
What's embarrassing?
10x
Well, I don't
listen
know,
to the
it's just like,
podcast,
why
so
do they
all
follow
those
me?
people that didn't get to hear the podcast or don't follow you on Twitter get screwed.
No, but it won. So actually go check it out because I put it how it won, and we've actually improved it for next week. Actually, it's kind of a really fun communal thing.
We've
a bunch
improved
of
the
spreadsheet
algorithm.
guys.
We've improved it,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like, you know,
You
we're doing some
crowdsourced it?
spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Cool Throne, my parlay system, hot seat.
Is
the
it possible?
Baby Yoda.
Is it possible to lose all your money in your parlay system?
No, you can't lose all of it.
It's impossible.
Impossible to lose all of it. You can lose some of it. You can win a lot more, but you can't lose all of it.
Or you could just bet on the games and probably not lose all your money. If
No,
you
but
bet on
there's a
every game.
chance you lose all of it.
But if you bet on every game,
I just do this to budget to be like financially responsible because like
That's good. Responsible gambling.
responsible gambling. Like
All right.
I'm helping people be responsible. Sorry.
What's your
Hot seat, Baby Yoda committed genocide. Another Cool Throne. Ben
Wait, what?
Roethlisberger.
Dude, don't ruin
No,
it.
Ben Roethlisberger asked Mike Tomlin if he could do the coronavirus practice schedule again this week when he doesn't have coronavirus, which I think is awesome.
That is awesome.
He's just like, yo, dude, like, I think that worked last week. Like, let's do it again.
Right, so he basically got 2 days off work because he hung out next to someone allegedly that he thought might have
He
the
self-reported
coronavirus.
it.
He should hang out with who's the guy from Brazil, Bolsonaro?
Yes.
Is he the president of Brazil that
Yes.
keeps getting coronavirus?
Yes, he keeps catching it.
Ben should just travel to Brazil on Monday and then fly back and be like, I got to sit out for the next couple days.
Oh, Ben, he's the best. He is the absolute best. All right, let's get to our interview with Ryen Russillo. Before we do that, a quick word from our friends at Express. Express, you need to be shopping at Express. We actually got our gift bags from Express not too long ago. I got a nice jean jacket. I got some sweatshirts. The new Express focuses on comfort and fit. Most athletic or taller men don't think Express can fit them, but they have versatile styles for different type bodies. They even have the wrinkle-resistant fabric that's great for traveling, along with that extra stretch for all-day comfort, which makes our lives a little easier. I love all my new clothes. I got 2 new sweatshirts. I got a jean jacket, which I've yet to unveil. I'm not sure if I'm a jean jacket guy. I'm going to try it out. But everything at Express is both comfortable, affordable, and extra comfortable. I threw in an extra comfortable. So go right now to Express. The Black Friday event is starting on 11/20 with great deals starting at $19. Be sure to check it out. You heard that right. There'll be great deals as low as $19 starting on November 20th. That's Friday. That is Friday. Express is all new and all about with you with a fresh assortment of casual, versatile, and super comfortable styles. So go again, express.com. Check them out. On Friday, they're going to have a Black Friday event starting with great deals starting at just $19. And they got everything. They got everything you're looking for. Jeans. They got sweatshirts. They got shirts, nice shirts, T-shirts. Everything you want is at express.com. Great deals, $19. You can start looking great like a model for $19 starting on Friday, November 20th. So go right now, express.com. Okay, here he is, Ryen Russillo. Okay, we now welcome on our good friend, recurring guest, been too long. It is Ryen Russillo, draft expert. You're a draft expert.
NBA insider.
Watched all the tape, knows everything.
Ryan, I'm told you talk to a lot of guys around the league. Is that true?
Everyone.
How many guys,
Sources.
like on a weekly basis, would you say you talk to?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, probably, I don't know. It's probably around 5 a week. But, I mean, some weeks you just don't want to talk to anybody either. And I'm sure plenty of times they don't want to talk to me. But, the funny thing is you can talk and talk and talk. And even guys that do this for a living, work for teams, like you'll think something on, especially in a week like this, you'll think something last week. And there's multiple things that I already changed my mind on based on information. So, guys that get paid for it and have the pressure of actually having to hit send on getting stuff right, those guys have way more pressure than a guy like, me or anybody that just talks to people and you're like, this could be something that's happening, so we get off easy, but it sucks when you get stuff wrong. It's the worst.
Yes,
So.
I agree. Drew Brees, he does have a broken rib.
I'm glad you brought. I wasn't going to bring that up.
Well, I'm going to bring it up on the show.
I was going to let
I brought
you
it up
skate.
beforehand.
Wait, did you guys have a Breeze insider?
Yeah, no.
No.
I was woke on him. I thought his shoulder was hurt, and then Sean Payton further broke Drew Brees' lung to really stick it to me to make me look like an asshole.
It was one of those things that
fucked up move
it was a
by
take
him.
that Big Cat thought sounded
We
right
already
at the
talked
time,
about it, though.
and I do those all the time,
Yeah.
so I'm not in any position to judge. But at the time, I was like, I think he might be over the skis on this one.
His shoulder's still hurt.
He was
His
pro
shoulder's
football
still
doc.
hurt.
Yeah.
His shoulder's still hurt. All right, let's talk
By the
NBA.
way, no, I'm going to interrupt you here though because I love that there's certain guys, and I'm not even criticizing it, but there are guys that are like the quickest to go, something's wrong with this dude, like all the time. So I feel like I'm the anti. Like, how do you know just by watching a guy that you think he's hurt all the time? Like it happens in basketball all the time. You're like, oh, something's wrong with this guy, and then you'll call and be like, no, he's fine. He just missed a million shots, and then he's not hurt.
We call that. So Russell Wilson has gotten into that territory now. It's the Steph Curry territory, where Steph Curry is so beloved that if he has a bad game, everyone's like, well, his ankle must be hurt. Russ Wilson, when he's starting to play bad, everyone's like, well, is something wrong with him?
You did it though. You said there's something wrong with him.
No, I
and
know
then
that's a joke.
because-
I know nothing.
Right.
He just kind of sucks right now, or he hasn't.
Well,
been
I don't
playing
think.
as well.
Yeah, I think it has more to do with his defense. We had Dilfer on Monday, and I go, "What do you see?" And he goes, "He just knows he has to chuck it up all the time because that defense is so bad." So, all right, now I see what you're doing. I'm on to it. By the
Yes.
way, you said recurring guest, long time. It's almost controversially long.
How long has it
Just-
been? Like a year?
Over.
Over a year?
Well-
I don't know about that.
You had some
I'm not sure if
remarks, when you said that thing. You said Big Ben's no longer elite, and we were like, "What the fuck, dude? You're off the show."
Did
So-
Big Ben beat COVID? By the way, did that
yeah,
go under the
he,
radar?
He low key had COVID, so he came into work one day and he was like, "Yo, I think I heard somebody sneeze at the gym
On the
yesterday."
low.
Yeah, on the low.
He literally is Ricky Bobby.
He just didn't want to practice.
Yeah, he's Ricky Bobby getting stabbed in the leg when he pretends that he's paralyzed, and then being like, "Dude, you're not hurt." He's like, "No, I am. I'm really hurt." Tomlin even
If there were
said it.
ever. Yeah, if there were ever an athlete that's like, you guys don't have home self-test kits?
Yeah.
You're like, what? You're like, yeah, I have my own kit. It's a Q-tip and some candle wax. And he's like, I tested positive, but I'm good.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
All right, NBA draft. So, does this draft suck, or is it that we didn't have March Madness and the top picks are a guy who played in Australia, a guy who played for a shitty Georgia team, a guy who got suspended for Memphis, and ain't no stopping Obi Toppin, and an Israeli dude? Which one is
That's
it?
right. You're on it, the Israeli dude.
Yeah.
It's a bad draft at the top, and it may be historically bad. And, you know, I know the closer we get to this, it happens every year where it'll be a bad draft. And I remember a GM telling me this a long time ago. He goes, drafts are like spring weddings where the closer you get to it, the more you're like, this is actually going to be awesome, where the entire time leading up to it, you're like kind of dreading, is the weather going to be good? I don't know. I mean, I'm not big in the wedding game, so I didn't fully understand the analogy, but I got the point that the closer you get to every single draft, the more and more people start to talk themselves into it. So this has become the, you know what, it's not great at the top, but there's a ton of depth. There's a ton of players all over the place. And I really think if you look at it historically, you know, those picks, and you're seeing GMs just give these things away now, but the picks, you know, late first, 20 on, if you get a rotation guy, that's a huge hit. There's so many misses. So maybe it ends up being a better draft because there's more depth and there's some guys that make rotations and end up getting the second, third contracts, which is really a lot for somebody that's outside of the lottery. Like, that's a huge win, as much as you kind of want to fall in love with your guy that's picked at 22. But at the top, you always hope every year there's maybe one or two guys that can really impact a franchise. And I'm not saying the handful of players that are in the league now that truly alter who you are as a team, because there's not that many of those guys. There's not 10 players in the league that completely change who you are as a team, and there's certainly not even close to as many as we think there are in the draft. But this one has a chance to have zero. I can talk myself in and out of every one at the top. I like Wiseman. I've seen him play 3 games in college.
Yeah.
Okay, that's ridiculous that I like him this much. But I like him this much in comparison to everybody else. LaMelo, I can see it. 6'7", 6'8", sees the floor, really athletic, great handle. But when I watch the 12 games that he played in the Australian League, it's impressive / gross all the time because of his approach to the game. And then, even Anthony Edwards, who we understand physically how impressive he is, you're like, okay, so wait, what did he do? He took 8 threes a game for a team that lost all the time and didn't make any of them?
So I want to actually ask a question about that, because this might make me like a hot take old guy, but how much do you put into being on, like, not being able to win at college? Like Anthony Edwards, like Ben Simmons, the LSU team didn't go to the tournament. Markelle Fultz, that Washington team was bad. Is it wrong of me to be like, yo, dude, if you're like the number 1 pick or, number 1, number 2, You should be good enough to win some more games in the SEC. Or is that unfair?
It's part of it, but I still think it's unfair. I mean, think about Melo. When Melo came out, he was the ultimate winner. All right.
Wait, he still is. Check the fucking gold medals, dude.
You know what I want to hear one time is when a guy's up for the Hall of Fame, they're like silver medalist. Because, my long-standing, like, the sooner you have to mention somebody won a gold medal in the Olympics, their argument to make the Hall of Fame, the worse their chances are of getting the Hall of Fame, except for the part where everybody gets into the Basketball Hall of Fame. So it's not great, but like the Ben Simmons stuff I thought was always kind of weird because he was lazy, right? And it's not that he was lazy. That team was a mess. They had like 4 guys that all thought they were the number 1 option. I don't know that the coach was that great all the time. And here he was supposedly lazy, and he was double-digit rebounds in SEC play. So if you're lazy, you're not going to rebound like that. So the Edwards part is like, I'm more worried about his shooting. I think the weirdest thing, if you wanted to go old guy, is because of Steph's shot range and what's an acceptable shot for him. The same thing with Lillard, Harden, even Trae Young. He makes a lot of those, from far out enough. Like, he can keep taking them because he makes enough of them. There's this entire generation of younger players that have seen guys pull up from 30 feet transition, and they don't even care if it goes in. They just pull up.
Yeah.
I mean, LaMelo was 25% on 7 attempts per game in the 12 games he played in Australia.
Yeah.
20. I can't believe there wasn't a vet that beat him up in the locker room at halftime at one of these games. But I guess they were just all cool with it, and apparently he bought the team or was buying it. So that might have been part of it. But there's a whole movement now of young guys. Like, it used to be, you didn't matter if the last second shot went in. You just had to take it because that's what Kobe did. Now it's become, I'll just pull up from 30 because that's awesome. Be like, well, it doesn't go in. Be like, yeah, but it's pretty sweet.
It looks
sick.
sick.
Yeah, the next iteration is going to be a guy who can draw fouls like James Harden, but absolutely sucks at free throws, but gets to the line like 40 times a game. Mm-hmm. With LaMelo, isn't it a little strange to you that LeVar Ball has just been completely silent for what seems like the last year and a half? Where is he? Is he tied up in a basement somewhere? What's going on with that?
I think he's trying to get those big baller brand orders out that haven't been fulfilled.
He's in a warehouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's like, he's like, we're out of 8.5s again. You know what? I actually think part of it is he probably crossed the line at a couple things that he said were for today's climate. Like, some people probably didn't want to book him. I also know, at least from the ESPN experience, he was becoming a bigger and bigger pain in the ass for the stuff he was asking for. Like, he would call up and be like, I want this car. And then it was like, no, I want this car. And they'd get him that car. And then it's like, now I want milk and cookies. I heard a story about a milk and cookies request where they're like, all right, fuck off. Like, give me a break.
I would give him the milk and cookies. That's the only thing I would offer him to come back on part.
Did he not get pitched to you guys? He got pitched to me recently.
He got pitched to us as soon as ESPN stopped having him on.
And we were kind of, I don't think he liked us.
No.
I think we just kept on
I
calling
don't think
him
he likes anybody, really.
We kept on calling him a small baller. All right, so Anthony Edwards, I don't actually put that much stock into, like, your college team suck. That's more of a old guy. So here's the other old guy thing.
By the way, Washington's a great call because all they end up with all these 5-stars, guys that go in the front, and they suck all the time. I watched them all. They have 2 guys that are first rounders again, and Jaden's a 5-star kid, 6'9" perimeter player, and then you watch him and you're like, what happens to you when you go to Washington?
Yeah,
so
it's crazy. It's the weird camera angle that always fucks me up. No, seriously, that's the weirdest camera angle in all of sports. The Washington
There's some weird
basketball.
Pac-12 angles.
I'll
give you that. Yeah.
They have a weird one in football too. So here's the other old guy take, or trying to figure this out. How much stock do you put into the difference between a 19-year-old and a 22-year-old? Because I love this. Like, Obi Toppin, he's old. He's 22. And then, who's the Florida State kid? Williams, right?
Patrick Williams,
who probably would be a Bull. He just turned 19 in August. So he's got to go up the boards because he just turned 19. Do you really fall into, like, what month you were born matters that much?
I do. There's just enough information that backs it up that, I remember, like, the old Dick Vitale on draft night when he was still on the draft. He would get super mad when, like, Keith Bogans doesn't go higher because Keith Bogans had been around for a while. And like Keith Bogans is a bad example for my point, but, like, he stuck around for a little while, was a nice player. But it's like whenever anybody would get drafted that was older and then produced, people would say, what's wrong with just taking a guy that was around for a bunch of years and now you know exactly what you're getting. But based on projections and the rate of, like, if you're this young, the expected improvement, it's really not even debatable. Like, yes, there are exceptions, and that's what I hate when people argue the exceptions. But the younger you are as a prospect, and this league is, especially in the draft, it's so hard. We've been over this a million times. It's so hard in free agency. It's so hard with trades that's why you'll see teams go like, yeah, maybe I could take the 21 or 22-year-older and maybe he makes my 7th or 8th slot in the rotation and maybe I know exactly what I get. But it's so hard to add any next-level talent. I'll take the younger guy and hope it works out. Yes, there are tons of busts all over the place, but if you look at it historically, the better players end up becoming the guys that are drafted when they're younger. And I remember one time Stern got super pissed, which is rare, when he was being interviewed after the playoffs. And I think it was an international reporter. It was like, what would you say about the product with all these high school kids out there running around? He's like, what, like Garnett, Kobe, LeBron, like on and on and on. And basically Stern just totally owned him by naming 10 guys that were the best players in the league.
So Ryan, how young is too young for you?
15's young.
Yeah.
So you're saying 16 is okay?
Yeah, big guys 15 maybe, but outside perimeter players, yeah, that's
so you're into 16-year-olds. Well, laughing. Yeah. What are you doing?
Well, a lot of times you got to worry about the international rights, which is always a problem.
Or child trafficking. Yeah,
true. Yep.
That could be an issue.
Yeah. But then you'll ask, like, I heard the new Taken was going to be Taken for point guards.
Okay.
Yes.
Wouldn't there be a difference between taking like an older guy who is like a 4 or a 5 as opposed to a younger guy who like plays a different position? Like, is there any different expected rate of improvement by position that you play?
Are we back on the draft? Sort of.
I'm kind of.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about
float back.
I'm talking about basketball players.
Look, I just knowing how teams like when Giannis was drafted. Okay, when you watched Giannis from the international video that you had, it was like, okay, he's pretty athletic and it's cool and all, but it looks like he was beating the shit out of junior high kids.
Yeah,
it was the gym sucked. I think there was one game I watched where there were no seats. And you're like, I can't believe this guy's going to be in the draft, and like I don't know what to do with him. There's another kid named Pokashevsky who's like 7'1". I think he weighs like 115, which is definitely thin. And he's playing in these games that are horrible. But with Giannis, when you'd ask Milwaukee, be like, what did you see? And they go, it was a 15th pick. Like we could have taken somebody who was in college for a few years and known exactly what we were going to get, but we just figured, you know what, we'll see what happens. And it worked out. And I love the fact that the guys that took him, then it was John Hammond, who was with Orlando now, is they weren't patting themselves on the back. Like they did a good job. They scouted him. They were like, okay, we're on this. But they still were, they didn't expect this. And I can't imagine what they saw in some of the video, because of the video that I had. And granted, they went to see him in person and that kind of stuff. I'm okay with teams totally screwing it up for the high ceiling guy as opposed to taking something that you absolutely know, because this league is so hard to add talent.
So you bring up Giannis. Let's go off the draft for a second. Are the Bucks just doing the thing that the Cavs did, where they're trying to build for the future for Giannis, being like, hey, we put a contender around you, and then Giannis is still going to leave in a year and a half, and then they basically mortgage their entire future to try to get a guy to stay for no reason?
What the Bucks are doing is apparently what everybody's doing now. Like I've said at the top, like I thought the first round picks late were a little overrated. But it's just exciting. It's exciting when it's your favorite team and it's draft night. And you're like, oh, man, we got this guy at 24. Be like, what did he do? Oh, he transferred to Virginia Tech. Oh, I love him. He's super athletic. And then he's gone. They don't even pick up his third-year option. But now I think because teams have kind of figured out those picks don't mean a ton, now they're just handing them out. And when you look at the Bucks and say, wait, in 2027, part of that Drew Holiday deal is a 2027 unprotected pick, that to me is insane / irresponsible. I mean, it's sports. How many times have you thought you knew exactly who like the next team was going to be for the next 5 years, and then all of a sudden you go, wait, what happened? Remember when they were the new thing? I mean, it happens in every single sport. But with basketball, to think here we are seven drafts from now, there's this pick that's completely unprotected. That pick by itself could somehow end up being worth what Drew Holiday is, except there's, 2 other picks that are unprotected and then 2 other swaps. So they clearly went all in with Giannis, and I know I sound naive, and I'm not, because clearly keeping Giannis is the most important thing. But what would be wrong with Giannis going, hey, I actually do want to stay, so don't give up 5 firsts for a guy that you have 1 year of control of?
Right. It feels like they're doing the desperation thing when you just sit down, and I've heard you talk about this before, and LeBron kind of did this to the Cavs, where he left them in limbo and left them being like, well, we don't really know what to plan for here, because LeBron could leave, he could stay, he could leave. It's weird that no teams just sit down and like, hey, Giannis, are you leaving or are you staying? And if you're staying,
Yeah, 'cause we're gonna
what
trade,
do you want us to do?
Right. We're going to trade 5 first to convince you, or we could just talk about it.
Right.
Now, LeBron would never talk to anybody about it ever. I mean, if you are management and you think LeBron's going to tell you anything, he is on his own, and he will gladly let you trade for $1 million contracts, and then he will bounce. And you know what? It has worked out for LeBron, so I'm not even knocking him for it. But this league has become the opposite of any kind of collaboration whatsoever. And so you have a ton of GMs, especially now with so few sellers. You have a lot of GMs overpaying because of the seller-buyer ratio and the fact that so many guys are operating in fear. Like I was surprised that people knocked Phoenix for giving up as much as they did. And I'm like, well, first of all, they get off of Rubio's money. They get Chris Paul. And if you're a stale franchise, like it's different for every franchise. If you're a team like Phoenix where you're like, okay, we've got Booker and Ayton, and those guys might be really good, but the longer we go not making the playoffs, one of them might get pissed off, and maybe it'll be Booker, which I mentioned a couple weeks ago. And then you're like, all right, well, do we really, like, if we get Chris Paul, all of a sudden we matter in a way we haven't mattered in years. So let's just go ahead and do it. So that one kind of makes more sense. But I really, for some of these organizations that have this gun to their head to overpay for all this stuff, when all they had to do was like kind of be more on the same page with the guy's decision, like a Giannis. It just, like, if I were Giannis, I'd be like, wait, so what happens if 3 years we don't have any picks to trade and I resigned? But you got rid of all the picks, and now we have less things like a trade deadline. We can't move a first for somebody because we gave them away through 2027. I don't understand why people think this is like normal.
If the idea was to make these trades to keep Giannis long term, it actually is counterintuitive. Giannis should not stay now long term in Milwaukee. He should be happy that they're trying to win right now, but long term he should be like, no, wait, we don't have any assets.
So it could have just been like, almost from a PR standpoint, the team shows that they're willing to make this big move,
which they did with LeBron,
knowing that Giannis might leave at the end of his contract, and then they're like, look, we did everything that we could to keep him around. We even tried to make our alternate jerseys look like the Miami Heat jersey, so he would feel like he was playing in Florida.
We built a whole new stadium for Giannis.
Yeah, we built it on the water, so he thought we tricked him and told him it was the Atlantic Ocean. I could see it being like a PR move. But I had a question for you about James Wiseman, because I think you and I have the same take about James Wiseman, even though you know a lot more about basketball than I do, which is he looks awesome when he dunks. He looked just, when he was playing in those 3 games, his dunks were like, that's a dude that could be dunking on people that are at least 6 inches taller than they are on that same court. And then obviously he could be in position to be picked by the Warriors. But do you think that the Warriors are even going to take Wiseman, or do you think that he's going to be put on the move?
I don't know that the trades that like Minnesota's pick was apparently available, Golden State's was apparently available, and I think a lot of us from the outside will always say, oh, why don't they just trade the pick? You're like, okay, for who and what and who's available? Like Bradley Beal, I don't know that number 1 in a bad draft gets it done for Bradley Beal, and then you have to worry about, is Bradley Beal, because that's the other part. So we could sit here and name guys. It's like, okay, but if you trade for somebody who then is immediately going to go, I don't want to be here, then you're just inheriting somebody else's problem. But Wiseman, the thing I like about him is, yes, the size and all that stuff. He catches everything. So at his worst, if he's this big guy that can stay on the floor at the end of games, which is what you need now, especially out west, and if you were Golden State, I would think it would almost make sense roster-wise, but it's still asking a lot of a kid who played 3 games at Memphis to be closing playoff games in the Western Conference. But the league got small, and then it got big again. I mean, you have to figure out a way to deal with Anthony Davis and that size, and LeBron, who basically is bigger than every other wing. Like, it's a real problem, and it was basically hopeless, I thought, for the Miami Heat with the way they were built. Even with those injuries, I didn't really think they had enough on that front line. But Wiseman also has another level that I don't know if he's going to get to, but he'll show it with his handle. He'll show a really soft touch where he almost has some of these offensive small forward skills that you start to get really, really excited about. The downside of it is there'll be moments where you can see it's not natural. Like, he'll have the ball and then he'll think through all the different things that he could potentially do. It's almost like a slow download speed. And you're like, all right. So I've caught myself probably too many times. Like, Stromile Swift is my all-timer. Where I was like, this guy's going to be nasty. And then you're like, well, the dunks are nasty, but he's not great at the basketball part of this. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't really work out. Tyrus Thomas, big cat nose.
Jumps through the fucking roof.
And then he could bring the ball up at LSU. Like, he started showing all these perimeter skills. You go, oh my God. And people loved him. Like, he was a late riser, and it was just like, look, he's got perimeter skills, and he's this insane. He's like a tier 1 NBA athlete as soon as he's in the league. But I try to catch myself and go, okay, but how good is he at basketball? Like, is he good at the basketball part? Like, Patrick Williams at Florida State, he looks incredible until you watch him dribble or shoot. which are big deals. So maybe somebody figures it out, and that's why this still is so hard. So like any of these guys at the top, if we were sitting here in 5 years going, hey, Wiseman's the 10th guy on a team and he never figured it out, I'm not going to be shocked by that either. And that's why the top of this is different. Where Zion comes in, the only thing that was ever going to hold Zion back is his own conditioning and health. Because if Zion's healthy, he's going to dominate in this league. It was so much more obvious, a guy like that compared to anyone here at the top.
Yeah.
See, Wiseman should just get fat. He should intentionally get fat.
Yes.
I've been arguing for a while, like, we need a dude with a big, like, Shaq-esque body to just eat up space and back people down, because you don't have to be as good at basketball if you're 7'1" and 300 pounds. So
Do you miss post play? Is that what you're saying?
I miss post play. I miss the '90s days back when you had guys like Hakeem Olajuwon that knew how to do a sky hook and knew how to use a pivot foot. Nowadays, it's just all 3-pointers and dunks. Not for me.
Sad.
I'm a terrific post player. Terrific. I'll put that up against anybody. But then yesterday, I was telling Big Cat, some guys were like hitting on me at hoops, trying to ask me to play with them. It was weird
Because you were backing them down too hard.
Yeah,
you were sending the wrong signals.
No.
Team
They just
player.
They saw me shooting around a little bit, and I was trying to be COVID safe, so I didn't really want to play pickup with anybody anyway. But I just wanted to get some shots up, get a little sweat in, and I think they were high as fuck. Because they reeked. But I think one guy was playing in sandals, but he was really nice. But then they were asking me how much I weighed, and they had a bet on it, which I thought was kind of cool and complimentary. And so I was like, I don't know what to tell you. So I told them my weight, and they got excited. And then it just immediately went into, hey, do you guys want to join? Do you want to join my buddies and I on a text thread, and we can pick? And I was like, no, I actually don't want to give you my cell phone number. But I'll just be around.
You basically just met the West Coast Billy Football, because that's something Billy Football would absolutely say, like, yo, dude, how much you weigh? Like, I'm looking at you right now. You're looking pretty solid. I don't know.
What's up with Billy Football's arms? I thought he used to have big arms.
That's a good question, Ryan. So he joined
Great
a team.
question. He doesn't have headphones.
He joined
on
a
right now.
Jenga team, and then he cut his sleeves off, and then he chose the only guy in the office that has bigger arms than him. So now he looks like he's got little earthworms hanging from his shoulders.
Billy hasn't done curls in days. It's bad. He asked, "What's up with your arms, Billy?"
Tell him. Russillo, I'll bench you 100%. How much are you benching nowadays?
I don't. Once you get out of high school, you don't max a ton.
I know.
But,
I'm out of college. I still don't max some, but I know I can bench more than you.
You probably can, man. I don't know. What do you max?
Well, right now I'm probably hovering around like 285.
Max?
It's not a lot to brag about.
That was
Fucking
How
put the
much are you
microphone
benching?
down.
How much are you benching?
I put up 315 3 times today, fucking around. Just don't. Get back to me in a couple years.
You're probably a short arm guy.
that's man strength. No, that's
I'm not a
man
short arm guy. I
think you're a
don't know if
short
you
arm
caught
guy.
this. No, I don't.
What's
You
your
must have missed the
wingspan?
part, but my post thing.
Wait.
Like 6'6". It's stupid.
It's fucking
The
silly.
funny
how-
thing is, I'm sure that Ryan actually knows exactly what his wingspan is.
Yes. No,
He's got his
6'6".
He's got a
Stupid.
spider chart on his wall.
That's in the draft notes.
Yeah.
Ryen Russillo, 6'6" wingspan. It's stupid.
Silly strong.
I can't believe
Anyway.
you're at 285.
Yeah,
You
no,
went
I
to brag
squatted.
about.
I
That's
squatted.
embarrassing.
My
Oh,
squat
we're
was my
doing
best.
squat numbers now?
Yeah, my squat
okay.
was my best lift.
Go
Okay.
ahead, say your squat
What's
numbers.
your
'cause
squat?
I bet you.
Squatted over 440.
That's great, man.
Some
Talk to
people
me
are-
when you're 45.
Okay.
Dude,
Anyway.
285?
Also,
I didn't know what type of
nothing.
bench guy he was.
No, but 285. Like, don't go around.
Okay,
you're-
that's
but-
what it is now. Like,
but
I'm
Billy,
not like
Billy, hold on.
You were so
Billy.
confident, I assumed you were going
Yeah.
to say like 365 or something like
If
that.
you don't have
Billy,
at
all
least
right,
3
fine.
plates
You got
on,
it.
then you can't come at
Billy,
somebody
when
with
you
that.
go out in public, you represent us, and you're telling people that you bench 285? That's embarrassing, dude.
Well, now, I mean, I'm not like I dropped. Like, you guys made fun of me for being fat, so I don't like. my body weight's lower.
So you got
you're
your
doing
worst.
worse.
So
That
when I was like
that was your
when
response
I
to
was
it?
like 240, like I was benching way more. But then everyone was like,
Oh.
"Oh, belly football." So I was like, "Oh fuck, I gotta drop weight
Billy,
now."
I'll be honest with you. I don't care how fat you are. If you can throw up 3 plates, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I've been in the past.
I'm
able
just
to.
I'm disappointed with that. Also,
Spiraling?
and Ryan just being like, I was fucking around this morning and threw up 315. Like he wasn't even benching seriously.
Yeah, dude, he was warming up.
He was just having a laugh.
Anyway, love to live with you,
Billy,
sometime.
by the way, don't let them. It's clearly they're getting in your head. Don't worry about the big thing
they're
at
my
all, man.
boss.
Big is in. Yeah, well, but this is a different work dynamic. I think we can all agree on
Yes.
that. And by the way, when Big Cat says you represent us, Van Pelt said that to me one night and scolded the shit out of me. and it sucked to hear, but it also wasn't a lie.
Yeah.
And then later on, I was like, hey, but later on, you become your own person. You go, I don't want to hear that.
Well, what did you do to have him say that?
He benched 275.
285.
No, I told somebody to fuck
right now.
off.
I don't think. Well, I
and
haven't done it in a long time. I could maybe hit 300.
Yeah, I know. The excuses are coming
Wait,
out.
Ryan, what'd you say?
Yeah, but-
you told somebody to fuck off?
I told somebody to fuck off one night, and he didn't really love it. So whatever, it was a long story. But you know what? He was fair. It was fair. It was stern, but it was fair. But yeah, Billy, seriously, man, you do have long arms. Your arms from this angle look better. I'm trying to build you up a little bit, but you can't.
Thank you.
If you can't put up 315 right now, you shouldn't start like stepping to other guys about max bench.
I know.
Billy's.
You already knew this. You already knew this.
Yeah. I know.
You're suspended from cardio, Billy.
Billy's an I love you guy, Ryan. I don't know you.
I like Billy.
You probably had those guys in at ESPN. So Dion once told us it was a very apt thing, like about the locker room dynamic. He's like, there's at least two guys in every locker room that's an I love you guy, where you have to check in with him and be like, hey man, I love you, like straight up, I love you, just so that they don't go crazy. That's Billy.
No, that's. I'm not an I love you guy by any means.
Sounds like you're being
Antonio
kind of
Brown.
Yeah.
Tom Brady literally is
don't
making
you-
love to Antonio Brown to keep him like playing football, living him in his house. He's the ultimate I love you guy. You too.
This
Billy.
is awesome because every time it sounds like Big Cat's going to compliment Billy, it's not.
No,
Yeah.
that's the whole. And then every now and then,
I might be a podcasting I love you guy now that I think about it.
yeah, you are. I love you,
different-
dude. No,
different-
Billy. No, for real
The
though.
podcaster world. I mean,
Yo, Hank, cut this
damn.
part. Cut this part. I love you, dude.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I love you for real.
Anyway,
I do like Billy though. I do. We
What's
we
crazy
Ryan,
is
you actually
that
had a big influence on me when I was 18 and we came to ESPN.
he doesn't want to hear that though, Billy, because now he's like the
No,
kid
it's
that-
a compliment.
The
I
kid
was like,
that,
that's,
the
like,
kid
really
that I looked
cool.
up to
Wait,
can only bench 285.
Time out. What was the big influence?
Well, I just like we went to his show and it was like really like big for me. I was like, it was like. It was so cool to see like what was going on. It was like a big moment in my life.
Okay, but you're leaving out a very important part. You didn't know who I was at all.
I was 18. Like, you know, I don't listen to the radio. I was 18, but now I'm like, I got into that world. And I was like, wow, like, you know, like podcasting is a gateway drug to radio.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
this
exactly
is what
what
is
it
it?
is.
Best in Show, and it's like Sting or no, Zoolander. Sting is one of my heroes. I don't really listen to him.
I was like, wow, this guy's really cool. I want to be like this guy. When did you break 315? When did you like really start like? When did your bench like?
Hey, I'm gonna.
really
All
start
right,
matching?
look. Understand?
How
I was
old were you when your bench
absolutely.
was-
I'm going to tell you the story right now.
Perfect.
Keep this in. I can't believe we ended up on this, but whatever. It's pretty predictable. I was skinny. Okay, like, and that's why I always think it's ridiculous that, like, if you call somebody fat, that's like, hey, you shouldn't do that to fat people. It's like, well, where were the skinny rights? Where were the skinny people rights? Like, no one ever thought about skinny people. And I ended up having to go to like a specialist at some point. I was so skinny. And that's also another thing that's happened where there's still guys in college. In college, I started to fill out a little bit like 185, 190 towards the end. But my friends get so mad when everybody thinks I'm like this epic tough guy now because I'm big and I don't smile, which is probably just all because I don't have hair. And it's all sort of some way to compensate. It's some connection. But like one guy in an email thread got super mad when somebody was talking about how tough I was. He's like, I'm so fucking sick of hearing about this. Like, you were nothing in college. I'm like, I'm not saying it. I'm admitting it. Like, you know, none of us. We went to Vermont. No one ever kicked any of our asses. It didn't matter because there was no one there. So the point is that I got sick of that to the point where I was like, all right, this is it. And I filled out at like 26. And then for whatever reason, there was one day, and I'll never forget, Boston Sports Club, Watertown. I put on 225, which I can only do a few times. And then I asked a guy for a spot, and I did it 13 times. And the guy thought I was messing with him because I was like, hey, can I get a spot? He's like, how many? I was like, we'll just see how it goes. I'm like, hopefully a few good ones. And I don't know. It was like some magic trick where it just all came together. So for the people out there that don't have that strength right now, you know, sometimes everybody's late. I was a super late bloomer, and then for whatever reason, like right at 28, it was when all my man strength happened, and then it was just, you know, off the charts. Now I'm hurt all the time, but that's just because I don't want to lose anything.
So it was just that one day, or from that point on, you like
That
unlocked
one-
a new
from that
level
point
of
on-
your body.
It was so weird. From that point on, it was never the same. It wasn't like the next time it was a fluke. I couldn't. It's so weird. And I'll never forget the guy looked at me like, what, are you fucking with me? Like, you needed a spot? Because I was just like, no, don't touch it. And I was like, oh, my God. You know, it was like the end of some 80s movie where you're just awesome all of a sudden.
So right now, Billy's too polite to be asking this question, but I can see the wheels turning in his head.
Yep.
Billy wants to ask you what type of steroids you took before you hit the gym that day. He's not going to ask it, so I'll
Show
ask
us
it
your
for him.
nipples,
Where,
Ryan.
where did
Show
it
us your
correlate?
nipples.
Was there any correlation with the hair loss?
No. You know what? It started coming out in 2001 and was the first time a buddy did like there was a weird angle at a house party, and he was like, you know, he was one of those guys, his hair was thinning. I was at that point the young guy in the group. I was always the young guy in the group, and then I magically became the old guy in the group, which happens, I guess. But he was like, whoa, Russillo, hold on. And I'm like, what? Like, what did I do? And it was right in front of everybody at the party, and like he had me sit down at a bar stool like by the kitchen island and started examining it from up top. It was like, dude, you're going to go bald. Oh. And I was just like, no, I'm not. And I remember there was a hairdresser that I would go to, and I was like, hey, sometimes I feel like it's fallen out. Like, what's going on back there? She's like, you're good. She's like, you just have really thin hair. It's not a big deal. And then the girl I was seeing at the time was already like kind of prospecting a bit, like a gold mine. She's like, what do you think you would do if you did? Like, you'd probably get it fixed, right? You'd probably get plugs or something. And I was like, yeah, definitely. And then for whatever reason, I didn't. I tried to get Propecia from a doctor in Boston, and it was like the best combo ever. I was like, hey, my shoulder's kind of messed up. I'd like to start training differently, and I also like Propecia. He was like, no and no. And then I lost all my hair.
Have you thought about becoming the wig guy?
Yeah, toupee. I would love to have a toupee.
I just can't believe there's never been a pro wig phase ever, right?
Right.
How come there hasn't been like, you know, hey, remember when wigs were in the late 90s? How come that
You could
hasn't
change
ever
that,
happened?
Ryan, because I think everybody's waiting for someone brave enough to be the first guy to do it.
I want to do it. I want to go bald so I can have a toupee and like dare people
Don't say that.
to bring it up. No, seriously, I want people to be like, yo, you got a toupee. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? This is all real.
Ryan, what if you showed up
Put it
with
on
just like,
backwards.
Yeah,
but-
like I want
yeah.
to dare people to like, go ahead, say something, dude. Say something about my toupee. I know you're looking
Have
at
you
it.
ever called somebody out for a toupee? Because I'm bad
Self.
at noticing them.
Yeah.
No, but low
Carl
key,
Ravitch?
Yeah, Carl Ravitch, Bill Self.
low key, the bald guys nowadays, like they give off low key like Johnny Sins vibes, which is totally another vibe. So like Russillo kind of has that vibe.
All right, Billy. That's enough for Billy.
We're done. We're
That
done
was-
here,
you
Billy.
did-
It's
yeah.
a
I've never
whole
taken
nother-
steroids, by the way, Billy. Billy, you don't have to take steroids.
Don't
I
take
never did.
steroids.
So
Do you
just-
want to be on his podcast, by the way?
Yeah, I like Billy.
Yeah, Billy's podcast is literally Who's Taking Steroids. That's the name of the podcast. And you just guess who's taking steroids. And it comes out every day.
He looks at the most recent shirtless pictures of guys, like athletes that came out, and he examines the nipples.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
if
Billy's
they're- if
onto
they're
something though,
cone-shaped.
because
Yeah.
you know the next asshole that goes how I got ripped during the pandemic, and it's like on Hollywood Reporter and Men's Health and all this stuff, and you're like, you just did a fucking cycle.
Yeah.
like, it's such a bad thing. Like, oh, which Avenger got ripped in the last 2 weeks, and you just like, you know what? It's totally unfair to the rest of us that are all natural, and it's just playing. The guys like Billy, it's in his head constantly.
Right.
He doesn't need to be looking at Hawkeye's lats.
Yeah. He's standing up for you, Billy.
Who's that guy recently who got ripped? Oh, never mind.
Ronnie
What?
Coleman.
No, never mind.
Mike Tyson.
I sent I sent a picture of Mike Tyson to Billy last night. I was like, check out his nips to let me know what you see. And he's like, well, he did steroids back in the 90s. So.
Well, he's always talking about how
Yeah.
steroids don't make boxers good, and it's all skill. He's like, yeah, no, steroids couldn't make you good.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, it makes you get in really good shape pretty quickly if you're about to fight.
Yes. All right. Well, how do we get back to the draft?
Oh, going to get back to Ryen Russillo real quick. Before I do, I want to talk to you guys about MeUndies. I'm wearing MeUndies right now because it's jean season. I regret to inform you, it is pants season. Shorts are no longer on the docket for me, which means that I am wearing MeUndies every single day. This winter is going to look pretty different than it has before, and as far as sports go, it's the ultimate answer to never leaving your couch and missing the game. MeUndies has the coziest lounging apparel, the softest undies, the perfect get-up for you to never get up. Just listen to Juju Smith-Schuster, who teamed up with MeUndies this year. He said a onesie is like zipping up happiness all over your body. Love my MeUndies today. I'm wearing I think I'm wearing the pineapple ones. I've got a bunch of pineapples on my undies today. They're super comfortable. I love wearing them. It's always great having an underwear drawer that's filled with your favorite underwear. You don't have to worry about putting on that one pair that you dread, the pair that you wear when it's laundry day. It's totally MeUndies for me, and it's a great feeling all the time. This holiday season, gifting is easier than ever with MeUndies. They have the perfect option for everyone in your life. They offer free shipping. You can stay in. You can order your family their favorite undies, socks, lounge pants, and PJs. While you're at it, you might as well stock up on soft for yourself with cozy clothes to really hibernate this winter. They've got brand spanking new winter products. Get your cozy on with their new PJ sets and holiday themed prints. Keep an eye out for other new additions as well. They've got the greatest membership program on the face of the earth. Get a new pair of undies or socks every month and give your top drawer a complete refresh. Plus, we're going to give first-time purchasers 15% off and free shipping. They have their problem-free philosophy. If you're not satisfied with any product for any reason, they'll refund it or exchange it. No caveats, no questions. Get your 15% off and free shipping. Go to MeUndies.com/take. That's MeUndies.com/take. Now, more Ryen Russillo. I have a question.
Yeah.
R.J. Hampton, our former player.
Oh, yeah.
Of the New Zealand Breakers.
Yes.
On the Ryen Russillo
Are you guys no longer
podcast.
investors?
No, we
are.
still do co-own the team with
Yeah.
a lot of other people. Sean Marion, one of them, amongst others. But R.J. Hampton, he was going to be a lottery pick going into this year. I saw some mocks that had him like between 10 and 20, anywhere in that span. Where do you see him?
Yeah, that's about right. I think 10 is probably the earliest he could go. Maybe Tyrell Terry is somebody he's competing with because they're both guards that are probably completely different types of players. RJ is the best athlete in the draft. Maybe some would say it's Anthony Edwards because Edwards is bigger and very athletic and all that kind of stuff. But RJ, like, I never would worry about him being out of shape. His high school numbers are insane. He reclassified so he could go out earlier. You know, I got to talk to him. He told us on the pod, he's like, you know what, I was going to go to Kansas, which I thought was pretty interesting because he caught a ton of heat from Duke fans. I think Duke fans got more mad about it than anybody else. If we were doing a seeding of 64 types of people, would a one seed be adult who goes after recruits on Facebook when they turn down their school?
I think
is that a one seed?
That's a strong 2 seed. I think for me, the number 1 seed is always going to be adult male autograph seekers.
That and then that's
Ooh,
that's
good one.
definitely
That's really
The
good.
guys that
like,
come with like the luggage, and then sometimes they'll make kids run up to the players and try to get the autographs for them.
That's 1 seed in the East. I think 1 seed in the Midwest is dude who updates his team's record in his Twitter bio or the Twitter handle. Unironically,
That's almost.
It's
Hey,
kinda
I'm telling
cool,
you, if you have a team's record in your handle, or the more emojis, the worse the content. It really is amazing. You're like, oh, Aries, moon, fire, thumbs up, and be like, okay, you're on top of every piece of breaking news. Like, you always have stuff to say about that. Have you guys ever had to deal with autograph seekers, or is it only selfies?
you've
one or
done
two
autographs,
but
but
it's almost all selfies, which are not bad because, like, you know that the person just wants a picture with you.
Right.
If it's an autograph seeker, which you see at the Super Bowl sometimes, and these guys are just like the slimiest weirdos. I don't know what hole they crawl out of, but they're just really strange guys that you absolutely know at some point did a bid for some weird shit. And they're just like sitting there with their stack of merchandise, sending their little minions out to run errands from like their Oliver Twist orphans. It just creeps me out.
Do you know what that's the cousin of now that it's popping in my head? That's cousin of dad who has his kid take a picture with the cheerleaders, which it's clearly for him to look at later. You see that happen and you're like, whoa, dude.
I'm sure they're one and the same.
Yeah, or the Hooters waitress. Like, hey, Tommy, go ahead, take a quick picture real quick. Like it's just a little 8-year-old with all these cheerleaders. And he's going home and he's looking at that picture. He hasn't figured out that Mr. Skin exists.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Like, I remember coming home sometimes when I was younger and I turned the TV on and be like, why is Club MTV on?
Brooke,
what's going on?
What's her name? Brooke, whatever, with E. Wild on.
Tara Reid.
Yeah, but also Brooke something. Fuck.
Brooke Burke.
Brooke Burke.
Brooke Burke.
Yep.
So
what about
legend.
What about guys that retweet porn onto the timeline? Mm-hmm. That like see like a 10-second clip of porn and they're like, I got to share this.
Or dudes who buy on their favorite porn stars' Amazon wish list. That's also.
You'll never believe what I saw. It was some boobs. I need
the porn catfishing right now on both Instagram and Twitter are out of control. They pick up around the holiday season.
Yep.
And as somebody who's been by himself for quite a while, I've had moments where I was like, all right, like if I get catfished right now, like all right. And then I got one on Christmas from like a Russian bot, and I was like, on Christmas, you had to do this. But what I love when you'll see like, okay, who'd I get followed by? Like, okay, this is like 7 different people here, and all the pictures are posted in the last 30 minutes. And then I'll see like they follow you and PFT, and then like Craig Kilborn will be followed or something like that. And then you'll see one of the dudes follow back. And I'm like, up, horny alert.
Yes. There are a handful of guys that we work with here in the office that no matter what, if there is
you can just say Glenny Balls.
If there's a girl that tweets at you and you go to her profile, they're always followed by one of
Instagram.
One of like
no,
2
there's
people.
a handful
But
of guys in the business.
No, it's liked. Yeah, the Instagram hot chick. It's always Glenny Balls like this picture.
Yeah. Which I
they'll admit to it.
I actually think that it's less of a horny place for me. He just likes it. He's just like, cool.
I don't have a problem with that. I think there's times when you're like, this seems a tad sketchy that this guy that's a very important decision maker is following every weather girl in New Mexico.
That's true.
He's a gambler. He needs to know what it's going to look like on Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm in talent evaluation. You know,
yeah.
It is the best part about our job, where everything is out in the open, and you can't really like ESPN. If you caught SVP following a porn star, people are like, holy shit. It's like, I follow porn stars. People try to get me every now and then. I'm like, yeah, dude, I follow them. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you guys have, there's no one can come at you guys with any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you just,
yeah,
oh,
I'm a guy.
busted.
Yeah,
it is.
This is on brand.
It's kind of liberating to have, a combination of like expectations be so very low, but also just like all our dirt's in the open.
Yeah.
Like you can't, you
I
can't
follow
blackmail
Puma
us.
Swede. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I used to like her 5 years ago. Whatever.
Who?
I still do.
Puma Swede.
Yeah, that was good, Ryan.
Yeah,
that
nice.
was good.
That
You
was so
worked on
smart.
that.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not familiar. All right, wait. Ryan, my biggest question I have for you, is there any stopping Obi Toppin?
The only stop in Obi Toppin is himself, probably, right?
God, you fucked that up.
Father time.
Ain't no stopping Obi Toppin. How much do you put into a team needing to the blogger who covers them needing to sell T-shirts? How much you put that into draft stock? Because I really just want Obi Toppin on the Bulls so I can sell ain't no stopping Obi Toppin shirts.
You could probably still sell him. You could go R.J. Hampton's dad, which I believe the story goes that whenever there was a chance he was going to sign with a team, his dad would show up with R.J. Hampton on a T-shirt with that team's name on it and then sell him. So he's selling to like Duke and Memphis and Kansas. And that to me is not a red flag. That's a
Smart
hey,
guy.
all right.
Smart.
Like
Yeah.
he's going to have some of that DNA and pick everything out. Obi beat on college kids. And yes, he's a little bit older, but the way he would post and destroy people and the transition dunks, like when you watch him in snippets, it's unbelievable. But he's somebody who I worry about a little bit of like, all right, how much of this transfers over to the NBA? And defensively, when you start to hear, oh, he was bored and he was just getting ready for the pros and all that kind of stuff, you're like, well, I would have liked to see him be less bored in some of these games. So he's all over the place. And that's kind of the story at the top of the draft. Like if you had me, I could do first take solo for a week, not a week. A week would be a long time, where I could be sitting in a different suit on either side, like trashing a guy or totally building a guy up. And that's just how wild the top of this is.
That actually sounds like a great show that I would watch.
So wait, all right. So then, give us your top 5. Give us your top 5, like just straight list them.
All right. Well, let me pull up my files here.
Now,
you're a GM.
now, Ryan, this is different from a mock draft, right?
Yes, correct.
No, I
This
know.
is-
No, I know.
Yeah.
So you can't ever be fact checked on this because this is just your big board. Your
right.
best
It's
player
not like,
available.
the T-Wolves are going to do this. It's literally if you had 1 through 5, how would you
Yeah.
rank them?
By the way, when we put this clip out, have it
mock
on the
draft.
screen.
Have it be
Ryan
a mock
Russillo's mock draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
T-Wolves
know what I
take
mean? So
you're
James
yeah.
Wiseman.
BPA.
How does
Best
that
pla-
make
I should
sense?
just
with
player
you?
available,
I should
Ryan.
just do something
Yeah.
different. All right, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to give you my top 4, and then my 5th one is going to be no one else's top 5, and I'm just going to say him because I like him that much, and I kind of can't understand why not. All right?
Hipster.
All right, so it's Wiseman, it's Edwards, it's Halliburton, and I'm going to put LaMelo in there just because of the ceiling and the chance that this could actually work out. I think Okongwu should be mentioned with this group. I do like Denny. I love Kyra Lewis from Alabama.
Okay. So he's number 5.
I'm going to put him 5 just to be so we, in a few years, if I kill it with this, you'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Russillo called that. And if more often than not, it'll get forgotten whether or not it works out.
No, ever bring it up. Yeah.
No, I mean, let's be honest. This interview, the biggest takeaway is that Billy benches 285. That's what everyone's going to remember.
Right now.
That's what we're talking about,
Benched
Billy.
over 300 before,
But
Billy, right now.
But you set the term limit as being right now when you asked Ryan how much he benches right now.
You could give us all your hot takes, and there's only one thing that's leading this interview.
I benched 285.
I know, and I was trying to avoid it. I was trying to
27.
avoid it, and then it's like, no.
It's embarrassing, Billy.
By
It's embarrassing that I
26, I'll
could bench
probably
as
be
much as
benching like 500. According
Yeah,
to Ryan.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
according to Ryan.
Uh-huh. Well, Ryan also likes
28,
him
28.
young, as we've discussed earlier.
All right, so James Wiseman. All right, and then I also, in current NBA, are you, like, is James Harden really going to go to the Nets? Is that the most hated team on paper of all time?
I love Durant. I wish he didn't like Kyrie, but even the people that like Durant were like, I hope it happens, because he already, like, to me, he and Kyrie hit it off at some NBA weekends, and then we're like, let's go do this. And I still can't wait. I almost don't want that to be disturbed, to watch that also not work, because Kyrie, it's so perfect. And the only people that stick up for him are the people that he hasn't played for.
Right.
So it's like, who knows it better? The people that were in. And I don't care that he left Boston. I care that he handled it as unprofessionally as you could have. And I'm not even talking about lying to an arena full of people before the season starts saying, hey, if you'll have me back. There's another way to do it besides, if you'll have me back, I'd love to stay here. But towards the end, he was like, Boston's actually done a really good job of not letting all the negative Kyrie stuff getting out, because I think the Celtics franchise don't want to be seen as the guys that are just dumping on somebody being petty, because then they don't want to make it be like, oh, that's how they treat their players after they leave. But if Harden were to go there, because there is so much anti-KD stuff because he went to the Warriors, even though I love him, that doesn't bother me as much. I get it. The Kyrie stuff we've already been over. And Harden, who, think about this, everything Houston did was because of you. They ran a style that made you one of the most prolific players in the history of this game. But I also think Houston's style is such, it's almost like the best Instagram filter. Maybe Billy can help us with this, but I don't know what it is. Is it Gingham? Where when you go play in Houston's system when it's Harden, you're 25% better. You just are. Like, they spread. I mean, think about all the guys that are like, man, Austin Rivers is pretty good. Look at Daniel House. Like, this guy's sick. Covington looks like a terrific player all of a sudden. I don't even know what Capella's going to look like not being with a guy like Harden. And so they go and get Chris Paul because Daryl Morey's trying anything he can. He's got this system. It's working, at least from a regular season standpoint. They win 65 games 2 years ago. He realizes he doesn't want to play with Paul. Paul didn't exactly really want to play with him. They trade him for Westbrook. They give up all of these picks in the future to take on Russell Westbrook and his extra money, even though Paul's the better player, and yes, he's older, but with shorter money. And they do that for him. And just because they didn't let Harden chime in on the Silas hiring, which is hilarious, too, because there's these reports that both Westbrook and Harden have been super respectful of Steven Silas' hiring. Yeah, except for the part where they won't talk to him and they both want out. Okay, cool. Yeah, other than that, it's been awesome. And so they do this Westbrook deal, which is clearly not going to work and is a bad financial investment. And now Harden is to the point where he's like, yeah, I want out, but I only want to go to one team. The only reason I want to have it happen is twofold. I can't wait to see what it is in Brooklyn. Because the league is still about acquiring talent, so everybody would probably do it, especially if you're giving up the pieces that Brooklyn would be reportedly giving up. But then I want to see Houston fans that have come at me for 7 years, I would say, maybe 5, not 8, but for a really long time arguing, as I've said, hey, I don't like watching this. I don't think it works. It actually came very close, so I give him credit for that. But Harden is propped up probably by like 25, 30%, which is these absurd usage rates. Do you realize that Harden last year, of all the players in the NBA, of every offensive Houston possession, he had the ball in his hands for just over 50% of the time. So every time Houston was on offense, the ball was physically in his hands for over 50% of the time. Now, you could say, well, that's great. Look at all the production. Look at all the stuff that he put up. But I'm not even saying, like, he's terrific. He's awesome. He's healthy. He plays every game. He gets to the rim. He's got this body that holds up. He can make incredible shots. But it's very clear, at least to me, and I don't know why more people don't say this, that you almost have to shave off like 25% of it. So to then see what he'll be like with 2 other guys Kyrie, who needs the ball, Durant, who doesn't, can do everything because we saw it in Golden State. I actually kind of want to see it happen now, even though I can't believe Harden might get his way by saying, I want out after I helped create this thing. I'm part of the shortcomings. Thanks for all the picks you moved. Hey, good luck on having Westbrook at $47 million in a couple years. I want to leave, but I only want to be traded to one team, so I've also destroyed the fucking trade market.
Right. So what about Mike D'Antoni? Because he's on that coaching staff out there. Presumably he would be on board with that, but he would also know firsthand all this stuff about James Harden, his fit in Houston. Why would it make sense for him to want, in theory, to bring Harden to Brooklyn?
Because if there's one thing that's been constant about this league is that every time you have a chance to add a special player, a top 10 player, even the most anti-Harden person, you can't put this guy outside of the top 7 or 8. When you start saying he's more productive than Jordan, you're like, okay, relax. Which is something Daryl Morey has argued in the past, which I doubt he's going to argue now, that he's not tweeting about the Rockets the whole time. But why wouldn't he want to be with D'Antoni? What if D'Antoni hooked him up? D'Antoni let him do whatever he wanted.
No,
so I don't see where that would be a problem.
I'm saying from the other end,
D'Antoni doesn't matter. He's irrelevant. He's irrelevant in this thing. He's an assistant coach, and you add the player and you worry about it later. Mm-hmm. And there have been times where you go, oh, man, this may not work. You add the player because it's so hard to get these players, and then you go, hey, it didn't work after a year. Now we're going to go ahead and trade somebody else, which is why I'm wondering if Kyrie is signing off on this. Because look, I can never forget trying to figure out Kyrie, but I could actually see him not loving it at all because now all of a sudden he's going to be off the ball a lot more.
Yeah.
If it happens.
It's the most hard. The Rockets and then Harden demanding a trade to the Nets would be the most this league. Yeah. Everyone freaking out. And then I saw Harden did he do an Instagram story last night where he took off
no cap.
Yeah, no cap. Which Harden. Is just this league. Yeah, boom. Got him.
Some are saying it was just a sponsored post for Body Armor.
Oh, he turned down $50 million from the Rockets to do a sponsored post.
He's going to make it back.
Smart guy.
Yeah, Mike Rapoli,
equity
genius.
In there.
Yeah.
Well, what's the strip club situation like in Brooklyn? I don't think it's that great.
Not good.
New York is a terrible strip club town.
Scores.
Yeah, does Harden even know that? Someone should tell him.
I don't hang out in Brooklyn very often. I went to go visit Big Cat once, and we walked around to a couple different bars, and none of them had TVs, and I'd never heard of any of the beers. And I think one had drapes over the windows.
Yep.
And I just went,
That's Brooklyn.
Is this what it's like in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
And you kind of couldn't tell who was bartending and who was there?
Yes. I always tell people I have more televisions in my home than any bar in Brooklyn has.
It's not a lie.
Yeah.
Do you remember that SNL skit where I think it's Will Ferrell and it's that play called Red Ships of Spain?
No.
No? It's just probably too old for you guys. They had this thing where it was they did an ad for this musical and it was called Red Ships of Spain. And then it was stupid, but it was still working. And what killed it was they started doing reviews. They were reading out the reviews. They're like, the New Yorker says, I just went up on stage and walked around and nobody even cared. That's what it feels like in some of those spots you took me to in Brooklyn, where you're like, am I actually on for the next hour, or what's
the bartender? Yeah,
what's going on here?
Yeah. All right. Last question from me. The final question is brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage, America's crazy good mortgage company. Go to ccmlens.com/take to learn more about your future home buying experience or refinancing needs. Equal housing opportunity. Craziest thing that you see happening or you're hearing. So this is actually based on fact, not just who I like, but who's going to be the big mover. Give me something. Give me some juice. Give us some juice that people can then go pawn it off and pretend it's their inside source.
I've gotten burned so many times on this because I'll just casually be like, yeah, this is kind of something you're hearing. We should just do one that's horrible and see if it happens.
Okay. Do it.
I'm hearing the Celtics are going to sign Larry Bird with their mid-level.
Okay.
Oof.
Could happen.
He's a little old.
Corner threes, winning attitude, understands the franchise, understands the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. That one works. Who are the Bulls going to take for real? They're going to take the Florida State kid.
I've heard that's where Patrick Williams starts.
Yeah.
Part of me really wants to watch Zach LaVine and LaMelo Ball play together.
Ooh. Now that would be interesting. And I would be cool with Obi Toppin just so I could say it.
Are you a Kobe White guy, or is it just based on hope? Because already it's funny how the league kind of talks about him as if it's accepted, like he's not really pointing, he's really more of a backup, which is not what you want to hear.
Yeah, I'm the whole Bulls roster sucks guy. I'm pretty much like get rid of everyone except Wendell Carter.
What about Laurie?
I still held up.
I'm out on him.
I still hold out so much hope for Wendell. It's probably pathetic.
Yeah, keep him and then get rid of everyone else. if
Oh,
you can.
I've got a dumb take. You tell me why this is dumb. I was watching some film today of Halliburton. He looks like he stinks at shooting, but they all go in. What's up with that?
That's exactly what I say to everybody. It looks terrible. He doesn't get off the ground. It's the shot put off the front of the shoulder, and it goes in. It's 41%. Halliburton's a really, really nice player. The problem is back to that original rule, is if you're up high in the draft, you go, man, we could probably plug this guy in and play right away, and he makes a ton of sense. Like, look at Golden State. Golden State, Halliburton would probably fit in better with them tomorrow than any other player in this draft. But if they decided to say, we're just going with Anthony Edwards because he projects to be, what he is with that size and all this thing, we can fix his shooting and he's going to have a million open shots. Like, that's why I don't get on the GMs. There's some things that all of us will be critical of, but those are the times where I go, okay, yeah, like I'm going to side with you. Even if you get it wrong, I completely understand the rationale of deciding to take a guy like that over Halliburton, who fits in with them, because Halliburton can play with the ball and off the ball probably better than any of these other guards.
It's also nice for their job security as a general manager. Not that in Golden State that would be an issue, but just like taking a guy that is like right off the bat, he's a development guy, so you can't really be judged on that draft pick for another 3 years, and then you've got 3 years to maybe luck out on another pick. So it keeps you around for a while.
Yeah, you just hope that he drops like 30 one time in the middle of February, and everyone will be like, see?
He's improving.
Well, that's why that's one of the many reasons why so many people hated Hinkie in Philadelphia, because you would talk to a guy and he'd be like, all right, so let me get this straight. Like, I'm going to lose my job if I don't make the playoffs this year because I've had injuries for a couple years. And this motherfucker's going, hey, in year 6, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was not a lot of coworkers on that one going, yeah, I really respect this whole thing. Like, there's tanking, and then there's having, I think they had 6 different Hoyas on that bad Hoyas team on the roster at one point. That's always the only time I'll allow the would Kentucky beat ... That Sixers team that I think won 10 games and had 8 or 9 guys play that never played in the league ever again might be the only time, like when Kentucky was loaded with lottery picks, that it's even worth having a conversation about.
Sam Hinkie, special person. All right, Ryan, thank you. We know you're busy. Everyone go listen to the Ryen Russillo podcast. You probably already do. And we got to get you and Billy to lift together at some point soon.
Absolutely. I'm not down on Billy. I've never been more up.
There we go.
I think Billy just needs to, maybe he just has to see somebody else be able to lift more than him, and then he'll realize maybe I can do it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe today's the first day of the rest of your life, Billy.
There it is.
Yeah.
Today's the first day of the rest of your life.
I would love if you were my mentor, Ryan. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan. That interview with Ryen Russillo was brought to you by Roman Swipes. We love Roman Swipes. Most guys have tried different ways to last longer in bed, but counting backwards from 10 doesn't always work. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance in your head doesn't always work. Thinking about baseball doesn't always work. But the folks over at Roman, an online men's health company, are changing the game with Roman Swipes. It's the secret to longer-lasting sex. It's a clinically proven way that you can last longer in bed. They're effective, they're easy to use, they're fast-acting, they don't require prescription. They ship the swipes to you in discreet, unmarked packaging. Each swipes packet is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it. They're super easy to use. Just take the swipes out of the packet, swipe it on, let it dry, and you're good to go. Go to GetRoman.com/take. Get your first month of swipes for just $5. That's when you choose a monthly plan. That's GetRoman.com/take.
Okay, let's wrap up with guys on chicks. Henry.
Hi, boys. First time, long time. Sup to PFT. Special shout out to everyone's favorite good boy, Leroy. I guess my question is, all my friends have significant others, and I'm single. Yet somehow I've ended up becoming friends with all my friends' significant others. This often ends with me in the middle of fights, mediating bullshit and pacifying everyone around me. It seems like everyone's always fighting and they want me to solve it, but I'm the single one, and I don't know why. How did I end up becoming everyone's best friend?
Yeah, that's a bad spot to be in.
Tough. Maybe you're the one starting all the fights because subconsciously you want to break everybody else up.
Yeah, you're also like, you definitely
Just hook up with one of your friends' significant others, and it'll never happen again.
Yeah.
But
Bonus
just like
points if she's hot.
there's like the girlfriend or boyfriend, like a what?
Hank didn't understand. I was saying that you gotta go to Clamtown on one of your girlfriends.
Ah,
Yeah.
There's definitely, the guy who always has a girlfriend or the girl who always has a boyfriend. There's the opposite, and that's what you are. And that's a dangerous spot to be in because you're just always like the third wheel on every single date. That's kind of an awkward spot.
It's also just never a good idea if you never have anybody to report back to about anything. And
Yes.
you just get turned loose on the world.
Yes.
Everyone needs a little bit of an anchor from time to time.
Yes.
Hello, PMT squad, but especially maybe Billy? I am a college freshman and my school is virtual this year. There's a really cute guy in one of my classes, so do you have any tips/pickup lines that I can use to slide into his Zoom DMs? Thank you very much and love the show.
Best way is to just go Jeff Tubin. And just get
Tubing
caught.
him?
Just caught playing the
Tube him.
Yeah, just spinning the DJ track. Just
Tube his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just flicking the bean real quick on the Zoom meeting.
A lot of Zoomers will relate to this, but Zoom classes suck because during class you're not looking at everyone's faces all the time, but on Zoom class you're seeing everybody's face, so you can't really get away with anything. Someone's always seeing it.
Yeah. Can't pick
Like
your
even
nose.
accidentally. Yeah.
Can't
Can't
actually
jerk
jack
off.
off.
Students.
It's terrible.
That does suck, Billy. Like legit, I haven't even thought about how much it must suck to have to take classes.
Billy,
on
how are
Zoom.
your classes going?
Actually really well.
Yeah?
I'm going to
We noticed when you were talking to Russillo, you're like, I'm out of college.
I'm about to be.
But you said that you're out.
Are you still in college?
I'm still in college.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
good. We
How-
just want to make sure our boy graduates.
I feel like your grades might be a little too good, and that's why you're not able to bench anymore.
That's actually
You're
probably
turning
true.
into a nerd.
Maybe.
What are we going to do for your graduation party?
I don't know. Let's do something sick.
Yeah, let's do something
real
really sick. Maybe we all go to Vegas.
Petting zoo.
Petting zoo in Vegas.
Uh-huh. You guys,
Yeah.
fuck you guys. If we get a petting zoo for Billy's birthday, even though I wanted a petting zoo on my birthday for the first 4 years we did
Yeah,
the show.
no, PFT.
Forgot about
At the
that.
Super Bowl.
You only graduate
All
once.
time
Yeah.
weird.
Petting zoo in a
Like,
convertible.
well, let's just have a fucking petting zoo at our birthday.
Yeah, I thought that'd be
what?
great.
Okay. We're 33,
It'd be sick. You kidding me?
26.
Hey, sup boys, especially Dad Cat. Every time I get on social media, it seems like another girl I know has accidentally gotten pregnant during COVID and quarantining. My pregnancy anxiety is out of fucking control. The past 5 months, I've had 5 periods, and I'm still absolutely paranoid about being pregnant. I'm almost 26, so in theory, it wouldn't be a huge scandal. But also having a baby would ruin my life. How do I make pregnancy anxiety go away? Any tips for how to avoid pregnancy other than abstinence? Because congrats to me on having sex.
A lot of blowjobs.
I was going to say, just get pregnant, and you won't be anxious about whether you're going to get pregnant or not.
I always say you can't have butt babies. Doesn't exist.
Pregnancy anxiety?
Prego anxiety. I'm kind of the same way, even though I'm 36 years old almost. If I see somebody on Facebook that I went to high school with and they've been married to their boyfriend or girlfriend for the last 8 years and they're pregnant, one of my first reactions is like, "Oh my god,
Was that an accident?
what are they going to do with it?" It's like, "No, we've been trying to get pregnant for 5 years and finally did." We spent $10,000 getting it in
We gotta
vitro
we
fertilization.
gotta bring in a therapist to figure out how you have not aged in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people pay a shitload of money for that type of
True.
surgery.
That's true. You should start selling it on Instagram swipe ups. Be like, here's my anti-aging cream.
It's pretty sweet.
All right, 2 more. Hey, Big Cat, PFT, Hank, and Jake. I started dating my boyfriend last year when we were seniors in high school. He was the star quarterback of the football team, which was really cool, and got recruited to play in college. But he just told me his coach asked him to switch to wide receiver. Being a wide receiver's girlfriend is much less appealing than being a quarterback's girlfriend.
No.
How long do I have to wait to dump him without it being obvious it's not about him being a quarterback anymore?
Do it now. Do it now. Because you know what?
You don't actually love him.
He said he's a wide receiver, but he's really just going to get in on a couple random special teams plays.
Yeah, what else has he been hiding from you at that point? You can't really trust him.
guys.
Or maybe
Fuck you guys.
just
I love you, Billy.
stay close to him, and maybe he'll get drafted by the Patriots, and then they'll use him on a trick play occasionally.
All right, last one. Sup, Hank, Big Daddy Cat, and taller than average dad of the goodest boy, Leroy. My 21-year-old boyfriend won't stop talking about wanting to buy Crocs. You think they look cool, but I think they're the worst pairs of shoes to ever be made. Every time I talk badly about Crocs, he gets so pissed off and wants to buy them even more. If he buys them, I will be so turned off. What are your guys' thoughts?
Camo Crocs are sick.
Crocs might be making a comeback.
No, we got sent Crocs. I think it was Bird Dog sent us some over the summer, and I wore them for the entire summer.
I
Really?
I
Not
wore
around
mine
us.
once. They're really good if
No,
you have
just
to
on
like.
vacation. I mean, I wasn't really over here. I was at the beach a lot this summer.
They're good if you got to like run outside real quick for something, or
Yeah.
if you're grilling and you just want to put something on to go from your kitchen to outside, or if you're in a hurry or whatever to do something. But I took a picture one time in my Crocs, and I posted it. I think it was on Instagram, and so many people were like, "Oh, dude, you're rocking them in sport mode," and I was like, "Wait,
Yeah.
what's sport mode?"
Yeah.
And you flip the heel thing, and then it goes from what casual to sport mode.
That's
that
why they're
makes
better than
sense.
slides.
Yeah.
So like the back, when you have the back of it in, it's sport mode.
It's sport mode because you're.
It's like driving
containing
an
your
Audi?
foot. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
When you hit that on the open highway and you're like, fuck the gas mileage.
Dude, those buttons they're not real.
They don't do anything.
Although
No.
I was driving the Silverado around and I hit one of those random buttons and it was like lowering trailer down. And I was like, whoops, that probably did do something.
On the Silverado, they actually work.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
other car it does.
But like, have you ever been in a Saab and there's like all kinds of random buttons that don't do shit?
I had a 1994 Volvo one time, and it was like, "Do you want to enter into sport traction?" I was like, "Fuck yes, I do." And I drove 35 miles an hour to school.
Right. So I like that. I like though the Crocs have a true sport mode.
They do.
Yeah. We got to start rocking Crocs sport mode.
They're great for 2 days.
All right.
Those would be the most normal pair of shoes that you own, Billy. Between your you are wearing normal shoes, but they're
Yeah, dirty.
they're like Timberland style Air Force Ones.
Why is guys on chicks just roast Billy every week?
It's not.
It
You're
could
right.
be better.
Billy,
It could be better.
There was nothing about you.
Billy,
this guy's on
everyone.
chicks.
All right, let's finish up with the numbers, but let's all go around say something nice about Billy.
No.
Billy, go. Hank, go.
Check out my spreadsheet. It's gonna win you money.
Say something nice about Billy. Hank.
No, stop.
Hank,
Can you think of
You
anything?
can't think of anything.
He's trying to.
I've
think
got
of
one
something.
already, Hank.
I got one too.
Billy, you finally won a Monday Night Football game.
There we go. Billy,
I think one of your parlay will hit this weekend.
It is.
Okay.
Because they're all supposed to win, and then it's supposed to add up to be
I'm happy
above
you're
even.
in
Anyway,
the playoffs
whatever.
as of now in stool streams.
Billy,
Thank you.
the
you're
season ended today.
the baby Braun of Part of My Take.
Billy, you're smarter than you come across.
Thank you.
That
69 is the number I want.
Okay.
The only one that guesses the same number every time.
No, that's not true. I guess 8.
all right. I'm gonna go with
Such a
11.
cop out. 100.
18. Billy, you're solid at Jenga.
Thank you.
I just go with whatever
I like your
number
glasses,
I see
Jake.
first.
Same.
8.
Come on, 100.
16. You want to roll it again just for freebies? A freebie roll. Freebie roll.
I don't want a freebie roll.
Freebie
It's
roll
not-
doesn't count.
I don't want to
It's
even
not
hit
gonna
on
count.
this because then I'll be thinking.
All right,
it's
let's
not
see if
the
our
same.
numbers
September
counted.
22nd.
What was
On
it?
it.
16 what?
Second time. September 22nd was when it was last picked.
Nope. Not even the
Where is
freebie
it?
round. 74.
Okay.
We're never going to get one.
The grandma of bingo.
It makes no
74.
sense.
Love
What?
you guys. Love you guys.
Grandma.
Huh?
And 75 is the grandpa because of the last two numbers. I learned it on a cruise. That's what they were saying.
What the fucking facts?
What'd you do?
Billy, give us a fun animal fact.
Bingo, 74 and 75.
A racing pigeon sold for $1.9 million at auction to a Chinese anonymous
No, don't
bidder.
say the slur.
No, no, I forgot
What were
the
you gonna
word
say?
for anonymous bidder.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.